Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Miles MUA. Let's get straight into the super detailed ombre cut crease look. Today's model is Kennedy. She is the host of Your Pain Has Purpose. I'll leave her YouTube channel down below, and all I'm doing right now is prepping her lips with some Aquaphor. Now to prep the skin, I'm going to use the OMBRE La Creme Concentrate, and this primer is loved by professional MUAs all over the industry. And I usually reach for this when I'm prepping a model's skin who is more normal to normal dry. It creates this perfect canvas to help prepare the skin for a full glam beat, and I usually edit me cleansing the model's face with micellar water and prepping it. However, I wanted this video today to be much more detailed on how I achieved this whole look with the ombre cut crease and then the skin, so yeah. Okay, to start the brows, I'm using Granite from my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Palette, and I'm beginning at the arch of the brow and drawing the bottom of the eyebrow first, making sure that that line is a little bit longer than the line I will eventually draw on top. Now, this is just me, but I know if I start at the front of the brow, I will tend to create a blocky eyebrow shape naturally, and I know my hands look like they're all delicate and twink-like, but I was known in high school for having a very heavy hand in makeup, and even now I still kinda do. So me knowing myself, I tend to use techniques that factor in my heavy man hands. So I'm starting at the arch of the eyebrow and using the fine point of this BH Cosmetics angle brush, and I'll be leaving all of the products I'm using in the description box below. And I'm going to start to fill in the eyebrow, making sure that the end tip of the brow is filled in the most. If you notice, I'm trying my best to not move my actual hand, but I'm only moving my fingers, so I disperse the product evenly throughout the brow, because if I just move my fingers, I have more control and I can apply less pressure. This was one of the tips my model Eileen actually gave me, and it has completely changed my makeup game. Okay, so now I'm using my RCMA foundation in MB5 to carve out the top of the brow, and as you can tell, when I'm carving out the top of the brow, I'm trying my best to do the first stroke in one complete try. Then I'll see if that stroke needs fixing. I feel like if you do multiple strokes, then you're never making a complete and accurate shape, and you want to have a decent amount of accuracy when it comes to eye makeup. So to make sure I create more precise lines, I'll try to do the first stroke in one try. It's the same rules when you're cutting a piece of paper. You move the paper around the scissors instead of moving the scissors around the paper so that you can get a clean, straight edge. Okay, now I'm going to use a lighter shade from the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer, and I'm just going to carve out the bottom of her eyebrow. Okay, let's talk about an eyeshadow base I absolutely adore. The MAC Paint Pot is long wearing. You can use it alone or as an eyeshadow base, and it comes in about 5 or 6 different undertones, and I like using the shade Laying Low for my deeper complexions. The primary ingredients are isododecane, cyclopentasiloxane, and dimethicone. The isododecane helps the product evaporate quickly, which helps because you don't want your base of your eyeshadows to be wet, because then they just won't last as long throughout the day. I try to avoid primers and bases that have oils as a primary ingredient, because we have to remember that oil breaks down makeup. Matter of fact, we even use cleansing oils to remove makeup, and our eyelids produce a lot of oil. The cyclopentasiloxane and the dimethicone then helps the spreadability of the product, so we can get an even coverage. So I'm going to gently pat that in with my finger and then use a brush to blend that all together. Okay, and now to start this ombre cut crease. Today I'm using the ABH Norvina Pro Pigment Volume 1, and I'm taking the pigment A3, which is a rich plum, and I'm taking my Sigma E25 brush and beginning at the outer portion of the crease, and in windshield wiper motions, I'm beginning to blend that pigment into the base. Now, I love Sigma brushes because they have these high quality synthetic bristles that don't absorb the product into the brush like a natural hair brush would. The Sigma E25 is my personal #1 crease brush. My old favorite is the Morphe M433, and it's a great option if you're in the market for something a bit more affordable. Some other reasons why I love Sigma is because they are cruelty-free and they also come with a 2-year warranty. Also, when I wash these brushes in between models and clients, they retain their shape much better than a lot more affordable brushes will, so they're great for that as well. I was able to buy the premium professional kit for only $150 on sale, and it usually retails for about $200. They run sales fairly often, so pick them up if you're in the market for some top tier brushes. Okay, now I'm taking my Morphe M562, which is a tiny crease blending brush, and I'm taking the pigment B4, which is a matte cool violet, and I'm blending that right below A3. I'm sorry, but the camera cut while I was doing the first cut crease, and my body is in the majority of the frame while I do the second eye, but I'm going to do my best to describe to you what I'm doing. So I'm taking my Sigma F75 and a little bit of LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I'm starting at where I think the highest part of the crease should be, and then I'm telling Kennedy to look up, look down, and look around. If the concealer transfers higher than where I originally cut it, then I will start the crease there so that when the eyes are open and looking straight ahead, the shadow will still be visible. Then I'm going to use tapping motions to cut the crease until I get to the front of the eye, and I leave about 1 millimeter of space at the inner corner so it opens up and elongates the eye, and then I blend the outer edges of the cut crease into the outermost portion of the crease. And then I'm going to use a Q-tip to clean up the under eye portion. Okay, and now to fill the crease, I'm taking C3, which is a gorgeous deep rose gold with golden sparkles, and I'm packing that in with my finger. And then, since my finger is too big, I'm going to take a Sonia Kashuk brush and then just apply that glitter straight onto the edges of the crease. Okay, now I'm using my Sigma F75 brush and I'm packing on the white shade from the ABH palette and I'm packing it on top of C3. I'm creating a base for the next pigment that I'm going to lay on top of it, which is E1, which is a peach gold pigment, and by applying that white base, I'm allowing for the peach gold pigment to really pop and stand out from that rose gold pigment. And now to make sure I get that beautiful ombre effect, I'm going to use my Morphe M564 tiny crease brush and mix a bit of black and B4 to blend the outer crease and the edge of the cut crease together, just so that we get a beautiful light to dark ombre effect. And then I'm going to use the MAC Fluid Line eyeliner on the lash line. For foundation today, I'm using a mix of MB5 and MB6 from my RCMA Fike No. 10 palette, and I'm using a loose Sonia Kashuk brush to feather that into their skin, making sure to blend the color down Kennedy's neck. The RCMA cream foundation have been a staple in professional makeup artist kits for literally half a century. Their formula is 50% pigment, so to give you an example, many drugstore foundations are only 8% to 15% pigments. Also, the cream formula is made completely of plant seeds and plant oils, and is made without minerals, and whether you need a full coverage or a natural look, or whether you're looking to work on HD film or on a theatrical stage, you're able to build them up or shear them out. And because RCMA is a professional brand, they have a wide array of foundations for all skin tones, so check them out, and the link to their website is in the description box below. There is a learning curve with the foundation, but once you figure out how to use it, I'm sure you will fall in love with it. Every time I use this foundation on a model, they can't believe how it looks on their skin, and that's a fact. Now I'm using my Sigma F65 large concealer brush and a mix of my Juvia's Place Eye Magic Concealer in J9 and a bit of LA Girl yellow mixing pigment to highlight Kennedy's face. I had to mix the yellow pigment with the J9 concealer because it was pulling a bit too neutral. Many times when I don't have the exact foundation match for a client or a model, I have to mix, and it helps to have a color wheel and some basic knowledge of color theory. I knew she needed more warmth, and if I use the J9 concealer without any yellow mixing pigment, then it will cause her under eye area to appear a bit more ashy and gray, and we don't want that. We want to add a little bit more warmth to the under eye area and to brighten it up and make it more vibrant. I wasn't the best at mixing pigments at first, but after some time, I got the hang of it by making my own foundation shade by only using primary colors, white and black. And once I did that successfully, I had a much better understanding of color theory. So try that out. Okay, then I'm just going to apply her contour shade, which is J2, and then I'm just going to blend out those edges. Hey guys, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much. Your support means a lot. It would mean even more if you all like the video and subscribe to this channel because 1, it helps me in the YouTube algorithm, and I'm trying to reach my 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, and 2, it helps me and this channel grow. So please make sure to like and subscribe to all future content. Thank you. Okay, and now I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette in the medium to dark, and then everywhere that I highlighted and contoured with a cream, I'm going to highlight and contour with that palette in a powder form. Now I'm taking my Sigma flat definer brush and my Sigma pencil brush, and then everything I did on the top, I'm going to do on the bottom. Then I use my Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Palette Volume 2 to add a brow highlight. And then I dipped in my James Charles palette and added an inner corner highlight. And then I sprayed her down using some e.l.f. setting spray. Then I decided to opt in for a nude lip, and then I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette for that. Okay, and once I gloss her up, this will be the complete and final makeup look. Alright, and there we go. I hope you all enjoyed today's model tutorial on how to achieve this ombre cut crease. If you did, please make sure to tap that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more makeup looks by me, then please go check out more of my work on my IG at Miles_MUA. And until next time, I'll see you soon.